Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review, and this time, switching it up, I have here a couple of Mythic Legions figures by Horseman Studios. So these figures are very popular, very high in demand, and hard to come by with certain ones. I know a lot of them can go up crazy high on the aftermarket if you miss out on the pre-orders or however it works. I'm not really familiar with them, but I have these two here to show you guys and share with you guys. Big shout out to my buddy Quinn up in Canada. He runs spookybarntoys.com, link in the video description below. He sent these two figures out my way. He is a big Mythic Legions fan. He also sells them on his shop, and he wanted me to check him out. And he's trying to get me down a deep black hole. And I'm a little scared. I'm a little worried. The figures look amazing, extremely detailed. Paint applications look incredible. Lots of accessories I see loaded up in the packaging and everything. So I am pretty excited. So I'm going to take these two out of the box, out of the packages, and then let's kind of get into it. There's a little bit of bio to each one here on the side, so I'm going to check that out and see what they're all about. But it's really all about the figures because there's some amazing things going on. So let's check them out. Okay, and here are the two Mythic Legions figures out of the package. And holy hell, these figures are insane. They come with crazy accessories. They are super detailed, and there's some things that I don't fully understand about them, but I do know that they are kind of modular. So they come with these different pieces. It seems like each figure comes with. You can kind of port these on into the back. So I think it's if you wanted to add wings and that type of thing, because again, I think the parts can be swapped around all you want. I think even like these shoulder pads can be moved around between figure to figure. So it's kind of crazy. So the more Mythic Legions figures you have, the more that you can do, obviously, as you'll have different pieces that can kind of really work together. But focusing on just these two figures, they are insane. So everything that you've heard about Mythic Legions and how amazing they are, it is all true. 100%, because it's crazy. The paint apps on these figures are absolutely insane. Maybe not the Red Shield Soldier so much, because he's for the most part kind of a singular color, but the Belfagorr, he's a demon here. His paint apps are freaking insane. He's got this reddish purpley skin tone. His head has some crazy like blue or bright purple veins. Like the paint apps are just crazy, and you could tell that it is all paint applied onto like the plastic. It's not like the molded plastic color necessarily. There is paint on top of all of it, and it is just absolutely insane. Some of the details, like the hooves on the Belfagore, it's just crazy. But we're going to kind of take a look at them one at a time. We'll start with the Red Shield Soldier first. We'll take a look at his crazy accessories. The guy comes with two different alternate heads. It's nuts. So we'll take a look at him first. I won't go over too much of the articulation. I will a little bit, but I just really want to, from the perspective of somebody that's brand new to Mythic Legions, kind of what to expect. Because there's going to be some questions. If you don't have them, you really don't know about them. And me now having them, I still don't know about them, and I'm trying to kind of figure it out. Now, storyline-wise, there is a story that I believe Horseman kind of puts out. There's some information on the back of the cards. There's a little bio on the side of the package of each different character. But it's not like, stories that you've known before. They are original stories. So, you can kind of check that out. And I know Horseman Studios has a lot of different things going on. I think there was a couple of Kickstarters that they had done and things like that. So, enough of that. Let's take a closer look at the Red Shield Soldier. Okay, so here's a close-up look at the Red Shield Soldier. So he's basically a knight. So along with that, we have some crazy details. So looking, we got some gold rivets there, some silver chromed out rivets over the kind of the dark gray metal color. We get some brown straps that go along the back for the buckles. We get a little bit of silver. I mean, the details are just insane on this thing. Look at all of that. Even here on these shoulder pads, and these shoulder pads are kind of a separate piece that you popped on. So in the package, he comes without the shoulder pads. But notice this big all open space here, this port and these peg holes. The shoulders port right on into those peg holes, and and they go on pretty easily. They come out nice and easy as well, and then you can kind of adjust them around a little bit. But notice that back portion there. So here's where it gets a little bit confusing. As some, you know, a newbie to Mythic Legions, I get 3 different pieces here, and I don't know exactly what they go to, and I think it's going to depend on what accessory that you might be trying to do. But this would basically port into the back of the figure like so, and then you can add on whatever the attachment is that would work for it. So there's that one there, and then there's these two, and these two basically kind of look the same, but I don't really know. Like, it even fits, you know, so the shoulder pads, it goes right in between there, and I think maybe these ones go to some wings, but it's there. Just, they're done in this nice silver color. And see, this one, I can't tell. See, these two kind of look very similar. I think they are the exact same. I can't really tell. Oh, one has... Oops, sorry if it was blurry there. One had... I was looking at it in hand and not through the viewfinder. One has smaller peg holes. The other one has bigger peg holes. So that is the difference. So again, these figures are a little bit modular. You can do some customizing, that kind of thing. We'll take a look at the rest of the accessories here shortly, but I just want to show you guys the detail that it goes into these figures. Look at that belt is brown with some silver buckles, a little bit more straps there. Nice silver color for like rivet spots and everything in the armor. The chainmail there that you can see on his legs is a different silver color with a little bit of a wash in there. Same kind of like on those elbows there that you could see. Just incredible sculpt and detail throughout the whole thing. Kind of nuts. Look at the feet. It is absolutely insane. Now, the articulation, when we get to it, just to give you guys a heads up and warning, they are not super articulated. They are not bad by any means, but we're talking single jointed elbows, single jointed knees, no ab crunch, but we do get a waist ball, so it's not terrible. I mean, a guy in a knight, all metal armor and stuff, he ain't going to be able to move around a whole lot. But, you know, just want to give you guys the heads up on that. So looking at the accessories, first we'll start with the different heads. So there is this gigantic ass head there. Can't really see anything in there. There's nothing going on, but we can pop that head off. Notice the ball peg there is white. So you can see that the entire figure gets painted over, I guess with white plastic, and then it's painted on. It's kind of insane when you think about it. That's what's going on there. Like, that is, whoop. And as I just pop off the neck peg, that is just crazy to me. We can port that right back on in. So there we have the ball peg, and we have 2 different heads. So here we have more traditional knight looking head, and what's really cool about this one is you get some red color there and the cross of the eyes and some gold paint there on top. And that kind of, again, because he's the red shield soldier, here is his shield with some red and gold in there to match that helmet. So that is actually really awesome. He also has this joust, I guess, or the spear-like item. We get the same red and gold throughout the blade of it. And this actually comes apart from the joust. Is it a joust? I think it's a joust, right? Where the knights, you know, they ride the horseback and then they go after each other. Gold paint there. And then we just port this right on in there. That is pretty cool. So that is the one head sculpt. Pop that head off. We'll pop the other one on. This would be more the jousting head that you would normally see. I got some poofy ass feathers there in the back, trying to be a show off, but that looks really damn good as well. So that is nuts. He also comes with a sword. This would be his last accessory here. We get some nice gold and copper color in there, a little bit of ruby red. A nice silver metal for the blade. Just looks really, really nice. We also get this strap belt type deal here. This one also comes with the Belfagorr. I don't exactly know, you know, what it's for. You could kind of strap it over him, you know, depending on if you want to kind of change it up. You know, he doesn't have a sheath or anything, but there's this little fold in there. So if you wanted to put him on somehow, it could kind of hold on to it if that's how you want to do it. You know, it's kind of up to you, but it's not real clear to me, you know, where, how, and where that's supposed to fit in. But yeah, that's the red shield soldier. Let's check out the Belfagorr. Okay, and here is the Belfagorr, a face only a mother could love, because holy shit is he ugly. But damn, he is super detailed. The paint apps on this head sculpt are freaking insane. Yellow eyes. We got teeth, like a off-white color for the teeth. We got shading in there. We got bluish purple veins going on throughout the head sculpt. The thing is just absolutely incredible. We get some black horns with some purple in them there. This thing is just really, really freaking crazy, but it just looks absolutely amazing. I mean, the detail and the sculpt is just crazy. That's kind of scary. I'm gonna go to bed here pretty soon because it's like 12:30 right now. But man, this is nuts. Really, really nice though. But the skin tone of the head sculpt goes out throughout the rest of the figure as well. But we get some nice shading in a lot of different areas too. On top of a really nice sculpt. Looks really good. These armor pieces, it's done in this like this dark silver color with this deep wash throughout. It kind of looks really dingy and dirty. Actually comes out looking really, really nice. Similar to the Red Shield Soldier, these shoulder pad pieces actually are not included on the figure out of the package. Just like before, we get that same back system going where we have this large port, rectangular port there, and the two round ones for these shoulder pads. And again, those just kind of pop in there. You apply a little bit of force and you get them on there, but they stay nicely. And again, I had the same exact three pieces that came with the Red Shield Soldier, came with this guy. So again, modular. We also had that belt strap, shoulder strap thing here that came with the Red Shield Soldier. So again, all the same, but and the details. The skirt piece there, it looks like it's kind of an orangish fur. Look at that. So got some gold in like the armor, some of those gold rivets there. Just look crazy. But look at these. The leg armor is insane. Just like his on the shoulders and on his wrists. Just insane. Look at the hands too. They're super sharp. Black nail polish. Or just black nails. He does come with interchangeable hands. The Red Shield Soldier did not come with hands, but this guy does. So you have the two holding hands for his swords, these curved swords there. He comes with two of these guys actually. They're both the exact same. Nicely done. The hilts are just a brown leather type look with these nice metal, silver, not metal, but silver looking blades. Those look really, really nice. But looking at the rest of this guy, again, the leg armor, incredible, but look at the hooves. The hooves, the detail on those hooves are insane. You get the darker color up top as it goes down towards a lighter color. But look at the sculpted detail with those cracks and everything in there. It just looks absolutely incredible. Like even on the bottom there, you get peg holes. But the detail of those hooves is really, really incredible. I am extremely impressed. This is not something that you will see on mass-produced figures. I'm not sure what kind of quantities Mythic Legions are doing, but they're not your typical mass-produced action figure. But insane. That's it for that guy. And now let's check out some of the articulation. We'll go over it quickly. Okay, so we're going to go over the articulation, but before we do that, I wanted to kind of give you guys the size of some of these accessories that come with it. So as you can see, this thing just towers over the figures. That's how insanely tall and long this guy is. So really nice. I forgot to show this earlier with the shield, how he would hold onto it. He's got a handle there so he could hold the shield like so. But looking at the articulation, now they're pretty, they're going to be pretty similar, but some things to kind of go over. One of these came with this little note, and it says, joints on Mythic Legions figures can become tight after production. When posing Mythic Legions figures for the first time, especially during cold weather, it's recommended that heat in the form of warm air from a hairdryer or warm water be used on tight joints in order to loosen the joint slightly before posing. Gently rock the joint forwards and backwards or clockwise, counterclockwise based on type of joint until the joint moves freely. Failure to do so could result in irreparable joint breakage. So similar to like NECA, I would say, but NECA doesn't give you the warning. Mythic Legions is kind enough to add in that little piece of paper that says, hey, yo, be careful. We know that these things can be a little fragile. We don't want you to break it. Warm them up. Now, I am of the opinion that you shouldn't have to do that to action figures. but there's some where it's just best to do that. I actually did not do that with these, but these joints were not tight in any way. They are free moving, so it's not anything that I was concerned about, but certain parts of the world or the country, depending on your weather, or humidity, things like that, it could adjust it, and then again, of course, season and whatnot. So do be careful with it. The head they're on ball joints. There's no hinge to the head, so as you saw earlier when I kind of popped it off. Well, you know what, the Red Shield Soldier is kind of a different exception, but he does have the neck piece is separate from the head piece, which now I can't separate. So we have the neck piece there. And then we have the head. So there's no hinge on there. So you can kind of move it up and down. You can move it to the side a little bit. So you get some decent range of motion. Neither of these two guys have ab crunches, but we get a waist ball we get a ball joint at the waist, so you can move back a little bit, you can move forward a decent amount, you can pivot to the sides, which is really nice, and then of course you get a full-on swivel going either way. And again, that's the same for both of them, and I'm thinking it's going to be the same for all Mythic Legions figures. This guy's actually a little bit more limited even. So there, I mean, there's the lack of articulation there, so that can be a little bit frustrating with certain things. I know, you know, figures where you want to really get them to be able to move around quite a bit. Shoulder can go out like so. You can get a full rotation, but with these shoulder pads, it's really going to get in the way. Single jointed elbow with swivels at the elbow, and that's going to be for both of the figures. So you're not going to get a whole lot of bend, as you can see there. We don't even reach close to 90 on the Red Shield Soldier. On the Belfagore, get a little bit closer to 90, but it's still not quite. So there's that. The legs actually go out pretty far apart, so that is actually pretty good range of motion in the legs. You can actually kick forward extremely well as well. This guy does have an upper thigh cut there. The Belfagore does as well, so that is good. The knees, however, are a single joint, so single joint, you're only going to basically get a 90-degree bend at the knee. There is also a swivel at the knee. Foot can hinge a little bit down. Doesn't really go up a whole lot. You get ankle pivot, peg holes on the bottom of the feet. So again, decent articulation. They are not the greatest. They just are not, is the way it is. 90-degree bend at the knee. There is a swivel there at the knee. The hooved feet. There's a little bit of hinge down, not a whole lot. You get more hinge up, actually, the way the design of the armor. So you can see the armor piece is just going to hit there. You do get ankle pivot there at the hoof, and he has peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So there is the articulation for the Mythic Legions. Limited, but not terrible by any means. Okay, so my final thoughts on these Mythic Legions figures. While I may not understand the story that's tied to them that Four Horseman Studios have kind of put out, it's not something that I follow along with. I know they also do tribute figures that would kind of resemble characters. I think there were some that resembled like the Masters of the Universe characters like He-Man, Mossman, Skeletor, those types of things. Those figures do look really good. The detail on these things are just absolutely incredible. Second to none. I mean, no other toy company, I would say, really can rival and get close to what Mythic Legions is doing in the paint apps department, and the sculpted detail even, I would say. The retail on these figures, I think, can kind of vary between some figures, but again, check out SpookyBarnToys.com to see his listing of Mythic Legions figures. Keep in mind, it is a Canada-based online shop, so do keep that in mind. They do ship to the US, though, but incredible figures. I mean, the details, again, you will not find a more detailed action figure out there. You just won't, because these things are just insane, incredibly insane. And that's really what it's all about. I mean, you can do awesome photography even with these guys, but do keep in mind you really have to work with the articulation, but the accessories that come with these things are also insane. I would love to really see the full potential of the modular aspect of this and how you can kind of swap parts and do some things. Now I think that Mythic Legions also had like a wings pack where it was just wings, so it'd be really cool to kind of see. You can switch up, make your own characters, and that's actually really awesome for something that is a little bit of the higher end, I would say, and something that is as detailed as these. So that's pretty awesome. But you guys let me know down in the comments below what you think of Mythic Legions, because I know there's a lot of collectors out there that have them. I'm talking to you. If you have Mythic Legions, let me know what you think of them down in the comments below. And if you don't have any Mythic Legions, let me know what you think now after having watched a video of someone that does not or did not have really any experience with Mythic Legions in the past. And that's it. So you guys let me know down in the comments below again what you think. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. As always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out spookybarntoys.com.